happened? Did he put up a fight?
This ain't the guy that blows the bugle. It's his brother. He tried to kill Klein.
All I said was he looked like Graham Horn.
Turn him over.
We kind of think he's wanted somewhere.
Oh, you kind of think he's wanted somewhere? If you don't read the circulars, the least you can do is read True Detective. Of course he's wanted somewhere! In Indiana, escaped from prison for the criminally insane. He's a lifer. For God's sake, that's how they described him. He looked like Graham Horn.
Was there a reward mentioned?
Yeah, and I'm claiming it.
He was trying to get us down in the cellar.
He said there were 13 bodies buried down there.
13 bodies buried down the cellar? And that didn't tip you off he came out of the nut house?
I thought all along he talked kind of crazy.
Oh, look, it's Shakespeare. Where were you all last night? You needn't bother to tell me.
I've been right here, sir. Writing a play with Mortimer Brewster.
Yeah? Well, you're going to have plenty of time to write that play of yours. You're suspended. Get back and report it.
Can I come over sometime and borrow the steam typewriter?
No! Get out! Take that guy somewhere else and bring him too. See what you can find out about his accomplice. The guy who helped him escape, he's wanted too. No wonder Brooklyn's in the state it's in, with police force full of flatheads like you. Falling for that story. 13 bodies in the cellar.
But there are 13 bodies in the cellar.
Who are you?
I'm President Roosevelt.
What the hell is this?
He's the guy that blows the bugle.
Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning. Well, Colonel, it looks like you've blown your last bugle.
Dear me. Another yellow fever victim.
What?
All the bodies in the cellar are yellow fever victims.
No, Colonel. This is a spy. We found him in the White House.
Will you get that guy out of here?
If there's any questioning of spies, that's my department.
You keep out of this.
You forget, as president, I'm also head of the Secret Service.
Hello, Captain. I'm Mortimer Brewster.
Are you sure?
I'd like to talk to you about my brother Teddy, the one that blows the bugle.
Listen, Mr. Brewster, we ain't going to talk about this. He's got to be put away.
I quite agree with you. In fact, I've already been to our family physician, Dr. Gilchrist's office, and have him sign Teddy's commitment papers. I've signed them as next of kin, and Teddy signed them himself.
Where's he going?
Happy Dale.
All right, I don't care where he goes, so long as he goes.
Trust me, he's going. And, oh, Captain, Lieutenant, I want you to know that everything that's happened here, Teddy's responsible for. And about those 13 bodies.
Yeah, those 13 bodies. It ain't enough that the neighbors are all scared of him for disturbing the peace with that bugle of his. But could you imagine what would happen if that cockeyed story about 13 bodies got around? Now it's starting a yellow fever scare. Cute, ain't it?
Yeah, who'd believe that? 13 bodies. Shut up.
You never know. People are just dumb enough.
Yeah.
Don't know what to believe sometimes. This time a year ago, this crazy guy starts up a murder rumor in Greenpoint. I had to dig up a half-acre lot just to prove it.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, good morning, dear.
Good morning, Mortimer. This is Mr. Witherspoon. He's come to meet Teddy.
To meet Teddy?
Mr. Witherspoon's the superintendent of Happydale.
Oh, yes, the superintendent. Oh, please, come in. This is Captain...
Lieutenant Rudy. I'm glad you're here, Super, because Teddy has to go back with you today.
Today? I didn't know it was that.
Not today.
Oh, darling, something's come up. You've got to run along home.
Nuts.
I didn't know it was this immediate.
The papers are signed. He goes today.
Complete insubordination! You ladies will find I'm no mollycoddle.
Assassin! Bang! 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 Bang!
The President of the United States is treated like that. What's this country coming to?
There's your man, Super.
Oh, wait a second. Teddy, your term of office is over.
Is this March the 4th?
Practically.
the White House before I moved out.
Who, Teddy?
Taft! No!
Teddy, that's Mr. Witherspoon. He's gonna be your guide in Africa.
Ah, bully! I must grab my equipment. When the safari comes, tell them to wait. Goodbye, Aunt Abby. Goodbye, Aunt Martha. I'm off to Africa. Isn't it wonderful?
Good morning, darlings. This is Lieutenant Rudy. He's here because, Teddy blew his bugle again last night.
Oh, yes, we're going to speak to him about that.
It's a little more serious than that.
How do you do, Lieutenant? My, you don't look like the fuzzbudge that the policemen say you are.
Oh, and this is Mr. Witherspoon. He's the superintendent of Happydale.
How do you do, Mr. Witherspoon? You've come to meet Teddy.
He's come to take him.
Oh, no. Not while we're alive.
I'm sorry, Miss Brewster, but it must be done. The papers are signed. He goes today.
We won't permit it. We promise we'll take the bugle away from him. We won't be separated from Teddy.
I'm sorry, ladies, but the law is the law. The commitment papers are all signed, and he goes today.
Well, if he's going, then we're going too. Yes.
Why not?
Well, that's sweet of them to want, but it's impossible. You see, we can't take sane people at Happydale.
Mr. Witherspoon, if you see that we can live with Teddy at Happydale, we'll see that Happydale is put into our will, and for a very generous amount.
Well, the Lord knows we could use the money, but I'm afraid...
Now, let's be sensible about this, ladies. For instance, here I am wasting my entire morning when I have serious work to do. You know there's still murders to be solved in Brooklyn?
Yeah, are they?
Hey, only blowing the bugle and the neighbors are all afraid of him, but things could get a lot worse. Sooner or later, we'd be put to the trouble of digging up your cellar.
Our cellar?
Yeah, your nephew's been claiming that there are 13 bodies there.
But there are 13 bodies in our cellar. If that's the reason you think Teddy ought to go to Happydale, you come down with us right now and we'll show you. There's one, Mr. Spinoza, who doesn't belong here and who will have to leave. But the other 12 are gentlemen.
Oh, no. The lieutenant here doesn't want to go in the cellar. There's nothing in the cellar. Oh, and he was just telling me that just last year he had to dig up this huge half-acre lot. It was terrible.
Well, you wouldn't have to dig here. The graves are all marked. We put flowers on them every Sunday.
Flowers? Say, Super, don't you think you could find some room for them?
Well,
You just come right down to the cellar with me and I'll show you.
I'll take your word for it. I'm a busy man. How about it, Super?
Well, they have to be committed.
Oh, Teddy committed himself. Can't they commit themselves?
Why, certainly.
Oh, if we can stay with Teddy, we'll sign the papers. Where are they? Yes, where are they?
He's coming around, Lieutenant.
Hello, Miss Klein. Good morning, Miss Klein. Are you here too?
Yeah, me and Brookie have got your other nephew in the kitchen.
Well, sign him up, Super. I want this whole thing cleaned up. 13 bodies.
If you'll sign right here.
And you there, Aunt Abby?
I'm so happy to be going. The neighborhood here has changed so. And just think, a front lawn again.
Oh, there's something we're overlooking.
What?
We're going to need the signature of a doctor.
Oh, Dr. Einstein! Wait a minute, you really don't have to go. No. Oh, Dr. Einstein, you can stay and sign some papers for us. You've been such a help.
I think I must go.
No, you're not. Yeah. Okay, Dr. Einstein, you just gotta sign these papers here. Hey, and just last night, I thought the doctor here was gonna operate on me. Now sign these papers.
Were you leaving, Doctor?
I think I must go.
Aren't you going to wait for Jonathan?
No.